Let's do the same to the days between. So we can say days between bind value, and we want to bind it to an expression, which means get days between to date and from date. Great. We'll hover over it, get our little light bulb, and generate a method with it by that name. Notice that we see that it returns a number because the bind value here accepts a func of number. Cool. So let's go here, generate a method, and in that method we'll return to date minus from date. So just like before, we gave it a method, it returns a value, we are happy with it. So we can see the days between, and we can make this perfect. So we get to see all of the days between, and we can see how all of this calculates, and we don't need to change anything. Now let's show you how this works in terms of the mechanics behind it. Let's go over here and say debug. Oh, we haven't used it yet, so let's add using system diagnostics, and let's do debug right line and say calculating days between plus to date plus from date plus equals to date minus from date, which we want to put in parens so it knows that we want to get like this. Perfect. Let's see how all of this runs in runtime. So we're going to go to the code, we're going to do a split script. On the left we'll have Northwind, on the right we'll have Northwind, on the left we'll have Northwind code. And let's reposition the output window better. So now we can see that when we run the demo local columns, we can see that it's calculating this every time something changes. So if we're going to change this to 27, we leave the column, we can see that it calculates it. Either once or twice, actually twice in this case, because once for this change and one for this change. Let's change this to 31st of December. Okay, and we can see that it's being calculated. So every time this one or this one will change, this one will get reevaluated. And when we change the first one, you may have noticed, days between get calculated twice. Once because the from date has changed, and once because the to date has changed to 28th of February. So it will get calculated twice. Perfect, so this is how it works behind the scenes. And hope you now better understand how bind value works. All across the migration, you will see bind being used in the context of connecting an expression to a value, to a property, to a parameter. Perfect. So let's see the changes of what we've done. So to learn more about how it works, we've added the days between, we bounded to the get days between to date and from date, we bounded to this method, and we added this debug right line here so we could learn. We can actually remove it now because we don't need it anymore. No, actually, let's leave it. We'll use it for something else. Perfect.